Hi pals, welcome to my channel From Skin to Savvy. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again on yet another video. I appreciate each and all of you. So if you're new here, this is my journey from being skint, living wage to wage, in my overdraft and credit cards, and being so disorganized when it came to occasions and events that I would be using the money that I needed for bills to attend these things or buy for these things, to being a bit more savvy, a bit more aware of what's coming up next, a bit more aware of what I need my money for, where it's going in general, and hopefully trying to save a little bit. My journey started fully in January. However, I have been kind of looking at it in November and December, and I managed to get a little bit of cash ready for Christmas, rather than just putting all of Christmas on credit cards. So that's what really made me jump into doing this. But today we are just going to jump on in. It's beautiful outside, so I want to go out into the garden for a little bit. But today we're just going to do a quick close out of this week. My budget actually finishes tomorrow and starts again on Monday, but I have no plans to go out with of my garden walls unless I go for a little drive and a walk with the dogs. But yeah, I have no real plans of going anywhere or spending any money today or tomorrow. But yeah, so let's get cracking. Sorry, I looked out my window and there's people canoeing on the loch outside my window, so I ended up watching them instead of talking, so I do apologise. So I live in the country as such, but I live in a little village in the country, and I'm so lucky that I have a beautiful loch just outside my front door. And yeah, when it's a nice day, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to get a quick drink. I'm a bit thirsty today. Getting in preparation for my Easter eggs tomorrow. So yeah, our rollover is the same as what we planned. A penny difference, but that was because I wrote down, I wrote down 58 instead of 59 in one of my bills, so that just changed it there. £40 I got from my boyfriend to buy his groceries, and 3p I got into my bank account from starting up Etsy. So I don't know if that comes back out again or not, but that's there for now. And £30 of sinking funds was used this week. My expenses, I did budget for 382, and I only got £330.25. So I don't know if I've made a mistake, if I've looked at the wrong month when I wrote that down, or whether I've been diddled out of some money. So I'll need to look into that and either get it rectified or just pay more attention, depending on which happened. My card and cash rollover, I have decided moving forward I'm not going to put this line in here. What I'm actually going to do is at the end of the week, I'm going to just transfer any leftover money back into the bank from the debit cards that I use, or the cash will go into my rollover wallet, instead of having that and just put it into my rollover up there, because it gets too complicated if you have too many lines, I think, personally for me. I like things nice and simple and easy. I'm going to scroll out just a wee bit, make it easier for me. So my bills that were due to come out, my 200 club came out as per normal, and I paid my rent of 275. So that's actually taken me a little bit ahead of myself, but the money goes up weekly, so I'll not be that much ahead of myself come the next time I have to pay my rent. But my aim is to just be ahead by 1 month all the time, because it depends who's on the office. Sometimes they'll send you a letter saying that you owe a week's rent when you know you're paying it the next day or whatever. My mattress didn't come out. We don't know when this is coming out. It will come out at some point, and it'll be a 6-month payment. So every 6 months, every month for 6 months, I will pay this amount. But there was no set date for it starting. It was just after the mattress was delivered, and that was delivered maybe 2 weeks ago or something. So we'll just wait for that to come out anyway. But that has now been put into next week's budget. I bought 3 books from Audible. So with Audible, you get a credit every month to buy a book, and you also, they do free books. So I was listening to a free book. I think there was 2 or 3 in the series, and then the next 3 were at £3 each. So I just bought them rather than use my credit to buy one. I used the £3 of my own money and ended up buying 3 books in the same series. So that's fine. So that was £9. I don't have a sinking fund. It's not something I do very often. It was literally just because it was a series of books and I was enjoying them. So I'm just going to sort of treat it as a bill for this time. If it was something I was doing regularly, I would set up a sinking fund for it just to make sure that I had the money there, but I don't do that often. So that total for my bills came out at £288, and I take that away from the 1,247, and that left me with £959.85. My cash envelopes, or my digital envelopes, and my cash envelopes, I spent £41.78 in groceries. And I think that's pretty good because I did buy extra vegetables. I bought bigger packs of meat. I bought a roast chicken. What else did I buy? Chicken pie. I just fancied it. I've not had a chicken pie for ages, and like I normally make my own with puff pastry, but this was like, you know, the short crust pastry and puff pastry one, and I was like, oh, I quite fancy that. So yeah, so I bought a bit more. The reason for that is because I am feeding my boyfriend at the minute because he's just not eating properly and he takes medication. So obviously, with working harder in the fields for the lambing, also having like this issues that he has with his mobility, the medication, I thought I don't want him to end up with stomach problems as well, so I'm just feeding him. He'd probably give me some money towards that, and obviously I bought his I'm pointing here because that was what I bought it from, the credit card, but I obviously bought his like bread and milk, sandwich fillers, fruit and things like that he takes with him throughout the day. So yes, I think I did pretty good with that. So that was £41.78. I took my mum out for lunch, spent £20, so that was grand. The dog, because my boyfriend's coming in from the field for his dinner, his dog then needs fed, so I'm using a bit more dog food. Again, absolutely don't mind whatsoever. She's welcome to any food in this house. So the 2 dogs, it's just I'm having to spend just a wee bit more for this next couple of weeks, which is fine because quite often my wee doggy will go up to him if they're out and about and I'm working, so it all works out eventually. Didn't put up as much diesel as I planned in because I didn't use the car that much in the holidays, and then this week has been quiet work-wise, so I only use £43. That's my tank completely full. But next week for work I've got a lot more running about, so we'll need to go back to the £65, probably even more to fill the tank. Didn't need to put any electric in, won't need to put any electric in for a wee while, so that's good. Didn't use my spending and didn't use my miscellaneous. And the £30 here was the £30 that's up here from my sinking funds, and that was to buy my mum her Mother's Day gifts eventually. We went to the garden centre and she got some bits and bobs from there. So she was happy, I was happy, and it was a lovely sort of day out that we had. So in total, my cash envelopes were 144.78, and I took that away from the 95985, leaving me with £815.07. The next event I have for gifts is my sister's birthday at the end of this month. I probably just get her a wee thingy. I tend to buy more for the children in the family rather than the adults because there's a lot of children in the family, so I will get a wee thing. I put £80 into my sinking funds, which is my car insurance, my car tax, vet fund, Christmas, emergency, beauty, clothing, gifts, and a household. House is for like flooring and stuff. So I did put that in there. And so that left me with £735.07. I then paid £40 into the credit card. So again, that, as I said already, the £40 that came in there from my boyfriend went straight out onto the credit card to pay for his groceries, so that it wasn't accruing anything. It was just in and out, and it worked fine because obviously it's better than coming out my debit card and having to put money back in the bank. It's just easier that way. So that left me with £695.07. The savings challenges that I do, so I do the 100 envelope challenge and I also do a house deposit challenge. So I've decided for the month of April not to do them. As I've said in all my videos now, I'm really missing doing them, so I'm going to have to try and work out a way to be able to do them moving forward, even if it's a tight month, because yeah, I just miss them. I enjoy my savings challenges. And so I haven't included my pennies challenge because I've just started doing that again, so that's not within my savings challenges. I'm just going to keep that separate anyway, because when I start doing it, I will just budget for either the 100 envelope challenge or the house deposit challenge, depending on which one it is. Rollover is £691.85, and the £3.22 has come from my groceries card, and I just put that straight, it's in Hyperjar, and I just put that straight into a penny savings challenge on Hyperjar, into there, which I've got some money already in it, and also I've got a coin one, but because I'm not spending this, I'm not really using much cash, so yeah, so I've not really had much change, physical change. I was thinking about using some cash for these, but like my Tesco, there's, I think I've said before, there's like about 10 counters and 8 of them are card only, and only 2 accept cash, so sometimes if they're busy it's easier just to go to the card one. So yeah, I'm probably just going to stick with card, but yeah, I'm not using much cash is what I'm trying to say. But I did have £3.22 in digital cash, so we already did it, but I just filled in the £3.22 here, and this is the challenge from Fuschia Budgets, and I know there's loads of people doing them, but I like the fact, well, she gave me this free, but I do like the fact that it's a little bit smaller, so I've not got loads of big bits of paper hanging about and things, because this book is actually smaller than A4, so it just works out good, this wee one that I can just pop in the back and keep it safe. She says, can't get it back in there. So my rollover in my actual bank account is 681.85, and then I have £10 from here, these two here, in cash that I will roll over to next week. So in total my rollover is 691.85. I just add that into my full savings and leave myself with nothing, because it means that 691.85 has a purpose. I can't just spend it willy-nilly. I have a purpose. It's within my budget, and it's not to be spent until I move it into the next week's budget. So I hope that makes sense. So just a quick look towards the end of the book, where we have my trackers. I'm going to do that today or tomorrow. I haven't colour coded them all yet, but I will do that. And it works out fine. So as I said already, there's 681.85 in my bank, and then this one is a cash rollover, and I just added it in there so that I knew when I came to do my budget why there was a difference, and it just makes sense for me. I did start on my cash envelopes, but I just can't work out how to do them properly, so I'm probably going to give up on the cash envelopes for now. But the reason that I do them is because obviously further in the book it does ask you like, where did my money go, so it makes it easier if you've got it all worked out. But I've not really done this for the last couple of months, and it'll take me a wee while to get my head into it, but yeah, I will do. And then I have my sinking funds tracker, so when I do my sinking funds, I just fill them in here. So I actually haven't done this column yet, so I will just go ahead and do that for week 3. So there's week 1 of April, week 2 of April, and week 3 of April. I'll just do that on camera while we have. So I put £25 into, I don't know if you can see, I put £25 into car insurance. I put £10 into car tax. I put £5 into vet fund. I put £5 into Christmas, and I put £10 into emergency. And then I put £10 into beauty. And I put £5 into clothing. And £5 into gifts. And £5 into house. And then I actually used £30 from the gifts, so I'll take that back out there, and then that just gives me a total. So then that's the start amount that I had at the start of April, and then I'll add up all these, take away anything that's in these columns, and then I'll get my total for the end of April, and I'll know how much I have put in and taken out, and you know what my savings is. And I'm finding that's quite handy for me, because sometimes you feel like you're not making any progress in your sinking funds, especially the way I do it, with a little here and a little there. So yeah, I find that quite helpful for me. But yeah, so that is our close out for this week. I will see you all in the next video, which will probably be Monday for cash stuffing. It may be that I go out for a walk and get to the cash point and do it tomorrow. We'll just wait and see what the weather holds and what the day brings. But enjoy the rest of your Easter. Happy Easter Sunday tomorrow when it comes. We get our Easter eggs on Easter Sunday. So I know that I've got a lovely big Lindt chocolate Easter egg coming from my boyfriend, because I was there when he bought it. So no surprises on with him, but yeah. So yeah, enjoy your Easter, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.